good morning to you, South African time, Mvuzo and Mvuyisi. Can I start with you, Mvuzo? What's the situation like on the ground currently in Wuhan, where you're studying?
Good morning, Braden, and good morning to your listeners. Before I indulge in that, let me just send solidarity and condolences to everyone that has lost their family members due to the gender-based violence that has been going on in the country. I think it is quite an urgent matter that needs to be addressed. Well, Braden, the issues on the ground is very sensitive to say that because as members of the fourth estate, as media platform and opinion shapers, you only get to read the information that is provided to you. But most of that information is inaccurate. As of now, the spread of the coronavirus has hit more places, and there are rising cases every day. In the city that we are 20 minutes away from Wuhan is Guangxi City in the Hubei province. The number of infected individuals has quadrupled, and the number of deaths keep on increasing. And so people are agitated on the ground because there is no solution as of now for this coronavirus.
And how are you feeling, Mvuyisi?
But then I'm not going to lie to you. There are mixed emotions. There are mixed emotions after the pronouncement. Apparently, that was said that the president has pronounced that they will be evacuating. Maybe most of us are still waiting for an official media briefing of some sort. It's a very emotional experience because everything has been put on lockdown, including shops and public areas. You know, it's very difficult. It has literally been a ghost town, as it has been named by some of our peers who are currently under quarantine in Wuhan. The government has introduced the quarantine processes, and it's very difficult for one to come outside and just catch air. So the emotions that everyone go through, you know, we have tried as a leadership of the SRC to provide some sort of counseling and depression and what. So because people are currently facing those things. So personally, the emotions are too much. Yeah.
Now, who of you is the president of the SRC? Is that you, Mvuzo?
Yes, that's me, Braden. I am the current sitting president of Hubei Polytechnic University in Guangxi City. I have been in position for 2 consecutive terms now. This would be my last term because it's our last year in the institution. So I have been in that position. So during the outbreak, we have been working hand in hand with the institution because most of the stores are closed. Students and even local citizens cannot purchase food from anywhere. So the students are relying solemnly on what we provide to them. So we have been circulating some videos around on social media where we have to order a lot of food that must come. It only comes once a week. Maybe a person only gets to have 10 eggs, 10 potatoes, and little boxes of milk, 10 boxes of milk. It is only now that we're able to get meat from last week. So it's quite a very emotional situation because you are only confined to the walls of your room. You literally cannot go out. So that sudden change for most people is difficult to bear. So as the leadership of the SRC, we try our best to ensure that people are well taken care of. As Mvuyisi said, that we've organized counseling sessions with local doctors to come and talk to the people so that they can get some things off their shoulders.
Now, you guys say you are in Guangxi, which is about 20 minutes or so away from Wuhan, the city, the epicenter. Our government is currently busy preparing the evacuation of about 132 South Africans from Wuhan who want to come home. What about you?
About the processes, you know, because I think the government is
Mvuyisi, can you speak closer? Mvuyisi, sorry. Mvuyisi, can you speak closer to the microphone? You are off center there. We can't hear you very clearly and strongly as we are hearing Mvuzo.
Okay, can you hear me now, President?
Fantastic.
Yes, the processes of government are such that they are using the information from the International Relations Office and the DARCO information. And now every South African citizen that is abroad should understand that the process of registration there in DARCO is not a mandatory or compulsory process. So most South Africans, when they go abroad, they don't really see a necessity to register. You know, that process has not become compulsory. You know, you can get your documents to travel abroad without that registration. So maybe the numbers there might be misquoted because many South Africans are currently not registered, under that system. So we might find ourselves in a situation where most of us, or there are more people that actually are not registered and they are not evacuated. So, but the embassy has circulated a message in the group of WeChat, maybe trying just to find out from people on the ground how many are we really, so that if ever that process of evacuation takes place, they can be able to get everyone out.
So have you, Mvuzo and Mvuyisi, among the students who are there, South Africans, have you registered to come back? Are you being considered for evacuation, or are the authorities there from the embassy only considering South Africans who are in Wuhan city alone?
Look, but then I don't know, the message quite has not been clear whether it is Wuhan citizens only, or is the Hubei province, because the epicenter is Wuhan, but it's the province itself that is the problem. So even the message that we read, we only read about Wuhan city, but for a town that is 20 minutes, it's like in to Fenton. So it's quite disturbing or disappointing to say that we haven't heard anything about Hubei citizens, what is going to happen, but we believe that I think when they're going to evacuate, they're going to also find other people in relevant towns.
Sorry, Mvuzo, you guys, when you speak, because you are sitting close to each other, as soon as you move back or move off center, we are battling to hear you through the microphone. I'm just going to fire one last more question and try and be as brief as possible and get closer to the microphone as much as you can. Mvuzo, just you, from the perspective that you are a leader there of the South African student community, just give us a sense finally of the rest of that community. Do they also want to come back home? Are they registering through this process that the South African embassy has started?
But then, just to correct that, I'm not only leader of the South African community, I'm a leader of the communities, Pakistan, Indonesia.
Yeah, the line.
All the students.
Sorry, Mvuzo, we're battling to hear you here, and I think
Can you hear me now?
Your answer is very important. That's why I'm hanging in here, just to try, and I hope the viewers are bearing with us.